Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube videos. It's the home of the 5 minute or less video. I have been doing this for 50 years. I have been worked for IRS for a decade, been in private practice for 4. I'm one of the leading experts in IRS tax resolution in the nation. I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff, and all we do is IRS resolution. I've been on all the major news networks asking my opinion on various subjects about the IRS, which I go ahead and I give them, good or bad. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about a subject that about 50% of the Americans who owe tax don't know how to deal with, and I'm here to tell you about that. Is I can't pay my tax right now. What should I do? I have a bill, I have notices, and I just can't pay the money. So as a former IRS agent, I used to knock on the doors of many people as a revenue officer. I worked and taught the offer and compromise program there, and 50% of the people can't pay their tax. But there's a program for that, and that's called the Currently Non-Collectible or Hardship Program. People just get behind, you're self-employed and you can't pay the debt, you got other bills, electric, car payments, home payments, kids, everything, school, the whole 9 yards, and you can't pay your debt. Believe it or not, IRS does understand that. There's 3 programs that IRS has available to you to go ahead and you can look into, call a professional, or do these cases yourself. Like I said, the 3 are the currently non-collectible or hardship. That means at this time you cannot go ahead and pay the debt. IRS is going to want a 433F financial statement along with documentation of your pay stub and your bills, your expenses, to make sure that's the truth. Then at the end, then after that, they can ask for a payment agreement, and then you can possibly file an offer and compromise doubt as to liability. The whole thing that sets this up is your current financial statement. IRS must take one on each one of these cases, except for payment agreements. If you're going to pay the liability off, you can go online and make your own payment. But if you can't, IRS does have these programs. You're going to go through the 1-800 number. It's going to take a couple hours to do this. They're going to want the financial statement and all the documents supporting. But if you can't pay it, IRS does have the program. And if you do get in currently non-collectible, which most do, if there's a financial hardship, in fact, that they have, your case goes in suspense for 2 or 3 years. Sometimes it goes into a private debt collection agency because the money isn't there. It's depending on the size of the case and the financial statement. That's where your case comes out. If it's a large dollar case, you need to get a hold of someone because there's a lot of tricky stuff you got to know to get the case there. If you really don't have nothing and you're living from paycheck to paycheck, just call 1-800-829-1040. Have that 433F financial statement there available. Make sure you have your pay stub and your bank statements because IRS will want them, and let them know, hey IRS, I just can't pay the money right now. But what you do want to do is you want to make sure that in the future that you keep compliant, you keep filing all your tax returns, and make sure you have enough withholding coming out or estimate payments so you don't fall behind. You don't want that to happen either. You want to show IRS this was a one-time event and you're keeping up. My heart goes out to you. I get so many cases in which people can't pay, but like I said, if this is a large dollar case, you have to pay someone to get through the hurdles that are there. IRS is more gracious on these smaller cases, but not larger debt cases. If you owe over $50,000, you really need to get a hold of us or whoever that you want to. Anyway, don't be ashamed of it. You may want to change your W-4. IRS will start grabbing your refund. That money will go to the refund offset program you apply towards your tax. Anyway, remember, stay current. Big thing, make sure you file all your returns. Don't run up continuous debt. If this information was helpful, please give me a subscription. I really need those. YouTube kind of moves me up the charts so more people at least get to hear the truth. Thank you very much. If you want to leave me a comment and want me to do a YouTube video, I'll probably do that. Most of my YouTubes come from you. Anyway, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate your time. Blessings.